Tonight, the city of Prince George is happy that trailers to facilitate housing for residents of Moccasin Flats have arrived. Plus, a group of bike riders from Texas have embarked on a bike ride to Alaska, raising awareness and funds to fight cancer. And the Amanika Arts Center is showcasing a group of up-and-coming artists in our community. Good evening, I'm Eddie Huband and welcome to CKPG News. Our top story tonight, new trailers are being installed at the Lower Patricia Boulevard encampment, also known as Moccasin Flats, and the goal is to provide transitional housing for those who live there. Adam Burles has more now on when they could be operational and what the eventual goal is.
It was in June of 2023 when a memorandum of understanding was signed between the City of Prince George and the province with the underlying goal to end encampments.
We'll be able to respond quickly to encampments, to keep people safe, and provide the supports and services people need to exit homelessness and prevent encampments from becoming entrenched.
Since the spring of 2023, the city has been advocating for the province to create a transitional shelter facility to address the city's needs for the provision of safe shelter space for the unhoused. Now, the first signs of this transitional facility are present at Moccasin Flats, with multiple ATCO trailers being moved to a 2-acre parcel of land bordered by London Street, 3rd Avenue, Lower Patricia Boulevard, and 4th Avenue. 44 units are intended for this project.
These 44 units will provide some means when people is homeless and find a way to use them as a temporary shelters and to transition them into a more permanent settings. Any additional housing to for our area that provide means to lessen the homelessness issue is good.
This transitional facility is intended to give 88 people temporary housing away from shelters at Moccasin Flats. The city's proposal is for BC Housing to use the transitional shelter facility as a safe landing place for unsheltered individuals and to give BC Housing the space to work out long-term housing solutions.
More importantly is that we need to develop ask the province to develop more wraparound services around these trailers, because a lot of people have a mental and drug addiction issue as well. So we need to more wraparound service around these temporary facilities to make sure the transition from homeless to permanent housing. We will provide a safe and efficient pathway.
The city says that the plan is to close Moccasin Flats when the transitional facility becomes operational, and that plan was echoed by the Premier last June.
So it's about the spaces and about the staff to enable the plan to close the encampment. That's our goal here, is to close the encampment and get people inside.
The facility is expected to open in either August or September. Adam Burles, CKPG News.
2 people were arrested at around 9:30 this morning at 9th Avenue and Victoria Street. Prince George RCMP Sergeant Craig Douglas says the pair was arrested following reports that a man and a woman were in possession of a stolen vehicle. He says that the vehicle was a small Ford SUV, noting that the woman was known to police and that the arrest happened quickly without incident. Charges have not been announced and the suspects' names have not been released either. Premier David Eby says there's no chance his government will adopt recommendations from BC's top doctor who issued yesterday's report saying alternatives to illicit drugs should be made available without prescription. Now the federal leader of the opposition has weighed in on the overdose crisis, saying that if elected, not a single tax-paying dollar will go towards safe injection sites, or as he calls them, drug dens.
They are industries that want to expand, and the only way they can continue to exist is by keeping the misery going. So they're not safe. They are unsafe injection sites. They are drug dens, and we oppose them. We will defund them. There will not be a single taxpayer dollar from the Poilievre government going to drug dens. Every single penny will go to treatment and recovery services to bring our loved ones home drug-free.
First, it was Barkerville, and today another regional landmark is under peril from a forest fire. The ancient forest is the only inland temperate rainforest in the world, and lightning strikes in the region recently caused fires in close proximity to the park. 2 are spot fires, while there's another one that's a bit more worrisome for fire crews. So far, that fire is being actioned by the BC Wildfire Service. If you're heading outdoors this weekend, don't forget a provincial campfire ban went into effect today at noon. The ban will remain in effect until October 15th or until it's rescinded. Other prohibited activities include the use of fireworks, sky lanterns, and burn barrels. Fines range from over $1,000 to $100,000, including a year in jail. In other news, the 27th annual Prince George Pride Parade is coming up tomorrow. The parade will begin at 10 o'clock a.m. at the Canada Games Plaza, before following the route downtown and ending at City Hall. The Prince George Pride Society says it's looking forward once again to hosting this celebration, as the parade historically has seen great community engagement. Following the parade, a drag show will be held at Club 1177. Beyond a fun celebration, the Pride Society adds that large events like this are a fantastic way to help people feel welcome in their communities.
It raises awareness and it gives a safe place to be who you are. The queer community is made up of many different small communities, and it just gives a spot where everybody belongs, regardless of your orientation or your identity. I'm looking forward to seeing all the Prince George citizens out there watching the parade and seeing the joy that you get on the children's faces as they're getting goodies being given to them.
More than 70 students from the University of Texas hit the road for a 4,000-mile trek on bicycles from Austin to Anchorage, Alaska. They arrived in Prince George on day 47 of the 70-day journey, and the point of the ride, raising awareness and funds in the fight against cancer. But while the goal is to raise funds for the fight, it also teaches leadership skills. Cheryl Jan reporting.
One after the other, 26 riders rolled into the parking lot at the First Baptist Church. This is day 47 of a 70-day odyssey that saw these young riders pedal from Austin, Texas to Anchorage, Alaska. It's a big commitment, 18 months to be exact.
My sophomore fall was a lot of more learning about it, organizing, applying for leadership, doing some small training, learning how to ride a bike if you didn't know how to. And then my sophomore spring is you're training for 20 hours a week. Meetings 15 hours a week, and just kind of really trying to get ready for the ride.
This is the 20th year of the Texas 4,000 rides, and this year there are more than 70 riders covering 3 different routes. Today, that legacy is carried on by the likes of Shanik Sate, a neuroscience student.
I personally have not had anyone in my family affected by cancer, but I was involved in cancer research before I joined this organization, and so it was something that I really was called to just by hearing about it. And then once I joined, I realized just how special the organization is, how long it's been here, and I really understood the impact it made.
Mantra Deve is an aspiring law student, and with previous riders as mentors, he knew what to expect. Kind of.
It's been interesting to see how, people across the continent have really similar stories and are affected by cancer in really similar ways. Even when, we might not agree on a large number of other things or have totally different backgrounds or stories, the ways in which we interact with the healthcare system and the way it shapes the lives that we have and the lives of our families are really similar. And so it's cool to connect on those fronts.
Not just raising funds for cancer research and support services, but this is all about building leadership skills.
It's been tough. It hasn't been an easy thing to kind of learn how to lead a group of 25 people, especially 25 of your peers. But it's been really rewarding. I think I've learned just a lot about how to manage people, how to manage myself and my own emotions, how to do solve problems quickly on the fly, all of that.
But to add to the experience of doing good deeds, these young students have forged friendships for life. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.
The Omineeka Arts Center is showcasing several up-and-coming young artists in the Prince George community through its annual Unfold 4 group exhibition. Tommy Osborne visited the exhibit to meet with some of the artists and brings us more.
Many new and emerging artists are being featured at the Omineeka Arts Center this month as the annual Unfold 4 group exhibition looks to highlight the up-and-coming talent in our community.
This is the first time I've done anything like this. I'm super, super excited about it, and I'm so happy to have this opportunity, and I want to continue to do stuff like this.
Mills says her art has several inspirations, with pop art and the neon colors that brings being a big one. Both of Mills's featured pieces showcase the spaceman character, and Mills explained this is a recurring character in her work that has served as both an inspiration and staple of her style.
It's something that I use to sort of mark my progress as an artist. Like, as I continue on in the years, I get to see how he changes, how my style changes, how I can paint the same subject matter, but it continually looks totally different every year.
Many mediums of art are being showcased, including music. Bug Jonick brings their music and a piece showcasing their writing process, and they explained a huge part of music to them is connecting with the community and sharing in similar lived experiences.
I hope that people can feel heard through my music, because it is very relatable. I write songs about mental issues and the struggles with that, and I've had many people listen and tell me, like, thank you, and they really appreciate it, because a lot of people don't talk about the dirty, gross stuff in our brain and how hard it is, so I just want everyone to know they're not alone.
Jonick explained they were drawn to music specifically because of the physical nature of it and being able to get the energy out of your body, on top of expressing yourself through lyrics.
I've been writing songs my whole life. I do it as a therapeutic release to vent and put it all down on paper, because then I don't have to think about it as much. I can just sing about it and I feel a lot better. So anything that's causing me internal turmoil, I like to write about it.
Both Mills and Jonick focused on the importance of art as self-expression and the connection it creates with the community, but Mills added she also hopes people that see her work can simply enjoy art for art's sake.
Art can be anything. Art can be weird little chains and like aliens and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be like hyper-realism or whatever.
The reception of the exhibit will be on July 19th, where you will be able to meet all of the artists and see their work. Tommy Osborne, CKPG News.
This week on Entertainment Spotlight, we're looking at one of the most highly anticipated films of the entire year, Gladiator 2, directed by Ridley Scott, starring Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal, and Connie Nielsen.
That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
Where were you born?
I don't know. I never knew a mother nor a father.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
In case you're wondering, yes, this is a sequel to the classic 2000 film Gladiator, starring Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix. This new film picks up 20-odd years after the original. Lucius, the grandson of Rome's former emperor Marcus Aurelius and son of Lucilla, lives with his wife and child in Numidia. Roman soldiers led by General Marcus Acacius then invade, forcing Lucius into slavery. Inspired by the story of Maximus, as depicted in the original 2000s film by Russell Crowe, Lucius resolves to fight as a gladiator while opposing the rule of the young emperors Caracalla and Geta.
General Acacius.
There are victories yet still to come.
Rome has so many subjects, she must feed them.
They can eat war!
I know, it's a lot to take in, but trust me, this film will be chock full of amazing special effects, brutal and entertaining battle scenes, plenty of swords clashing, and more than a few bloody deaths. Everything you could ever want in an action epic drama. Gladiator 2 comes out in theaters everywhere on November 15th. The lowest gas price in Prince George is sitting at $1.62.9 per liter at Costco. The lowest price in the province right now is in Cranbrook at $1.59.9 per liter. Manitoba has the lowest fuel prices on average in the country at $1.42.7 per liter, while BC has an average price of $1.74.5 per liter.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. For a very limited time, PG Domino's is offering 50% off all pizzas when you order online.
The Toronto Blue Jays have had a disappointing year thus far, but they did manage to win their second game in a row in the midst of their West Coast trip yesterday, beating the San Francisco Giants by a score of 5-3 earning a series win in the process. Spencer Horwitz led the way offensively for the Jays, going 2 for 5 with a home run. Denny Jansen added a home run as well, as he was 2 for 4 at the dish. Kevin Gausman, he had a solid outing for the Jays on the mound, going 7 strong while giving up just 6 hits and 2 earned runs. Toronto now heads to Arizona for the final series of their road trip, where they open up a 3-game series tonight. First pitch goes at 6:40 Pacific. The TSX is up 129 points to close at 22,674. The Dow Jones is up 247 points to close at 40,001. And Artemis Gold went up 33 cents to close at $12.18.
Good evening again, everyone. It is going to be a pretty nice looking weekend as we go forward, and we are actually expected to see temperatures bumping right back up into 30-degree territory come Monday. So the heat will be returning, or at least those warmer temperatures than what we saw today and yesterday. But today was a great one out there, mostly sunny. We are looking at a little bit more cloud cover rolling in and out throughout the weekend for the most part. You can see here on the Futurecast a little bit of that coming our way, but nothing too major. It is really going to be a fairly nice weekend for Saturday, Sunday, and again, quite warm as we see a ridge rebuilding again, and that will bring the temperatures right back up. So tomorrow we're looking at mid-20s, 25 for the day for us, 35 Kamloops, Kelowna as well. So a little warmer south of us still, but certainly a reprieve in some ways from all of those really extreme temperatures that many areas of the province were dealing with. Fort St. John will be a bit cloudier tomorrow, 21 the high there. The same for Mackenzie, some cloud cover hanging about, and Burns Lake. But otherwise, it'll be a mix of sun and cloud for the most part across much of our region. Mainly cloudy, maybe at times through the day, but certainly still the potential for some sunshine in and around our broadcast region. A snapshot of the country for you, and it is going to be another warm one in Vancouver. 25 degrees along Vancouver, and of course a little warmer inland. 25 in Edmonton tomorrow. So again, temperatures coming down just a little bit, but still staying quite nice. 29 Winnipeg, Montreal as well. Toronto around the 29-30 degree mark. So quite warm as we move through some parts of the country. Sunny skies into our early week. We're jumping ahead a few days, but you can see that jet stream is now pushing further north again, so allowing that warmer air to come in, and it will continue to sort of hang around for the foreseeable future. There's no real timing right now on when this ridge of high pressure will really break down, and we'll see any other systems coming in, switching up the conditions. Right now, it looks to be like a pretty warm and dry one right through most of next week. Burns Lake, though, 8 tonight, 23 tomorrow, and then you see a gradual increase in temperatures from there. Mackenzie, 10 tonight, mostly cloud cover. You're going to see clouds in the forecast tomorrow. 22 degrees, and then a bump in temperatures, much warmer and sunnier for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, even into Wednesday. It gets warm as well. So lots of hot weather on the way. McBride, 11 degrees tonight, increasing clouds. You've got some clouds to start, but then that will give way to some sunshine through the afternoon. Highs of 26 degrees up to 28 on Sunday, and even into the 30s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Right through the middle of next week at this point, it looks to be quite warm, and that's the same for Quesnel, up into the 30 to 33-degree range for next week. The weekend, though, will be just below that. Some higher cloud tomorrow, but still some sunshine poking through and to enjoy. So for us, we'll be a bit cloudier tonight, 11 overnight, 25 tomorrow. Beautiful weather tomorrow and even into Sunday. Lots of sunshine. Love those temperatures. Then we start to get a little bit warmer as we move into Monday. 30 degrees, partly sunny, quite warm, and this stretches right into Tuesday, Wednesday as well. At this point, it's a little far out, but we are looking at the ridge really peaking around that time. So again, getting very, very warm out there and really lovely. So get out, enjoy it, get by the lake if you can.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. For a very limited time, PG Domino's is offering 50% off all pizzas when you order online.
Game 2 is in the books in the Prince George Senior Men's Lacrosse playoff action. Last night, the Devils beat the Bandits 14-6 to take a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 final, as you can see here on screen. It was a balanced attack for the Devils. Hunter Mexaveni led the way with 5 goals and 2 assists. Connor Watson had a big game as well. He had 2 goals and 4 helpers. Game 3 goes Monday night at Copar Memorial Arena. It's been pretty lopsided so far in this series, as the Devils also took Game 1 13-4. Yesterday was packed with baseball action, and so we bring you the biggest hits of last night, including some that should make Canada happy in tonight's CKP3.
start with the Blue Jays taking flight.
Jays 4-2.
Spencer Horwitz lifts one deep right field, gone, and hit it on out of the ballpark, and a splash hit.
It is out of the park. The Blue Jays bats came to life as the team enjoyed a 5-3 win with 2 home runs in the game, capping off a 3-game series against the Giants that saw the Jays take 2 wins. Next up, even more out of the park.
Wong, oh, there's launched.
Yes, Wong gets a hold of one, and a smash deep out of here. Man, did he crush.
Chris Wong sails this well over the Green Monster to get the Red Sox started, but the fun wasn't over yet, as 2 more home runs helped the Sox cruise to a 7-0 win over the Athletics. Finally, pitching dominance.
Struck out swinging, 99, blew the heat right by him. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 call.
There we go. That's that Splinker right there.
7 no-hit innings and 11 strikeouts. In just his 11th MLB start, the 22-year-old phenom Paul Skeens is proving once again that he should be considered among the very best pitchers in the league in tonight's CKP3.